What's up, guys? This is Reaper Meister, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be doing a beta review. I found that since AAA titles are really going the way of making betas for a lot of their games, I figured that if I'm playing the beta, I might as well make a kind of review to give my thoughts, opinions of the game in that beta, and then see how that compares to when the game actually releases, and hopefully it'll be cool. I could have done this for a lot of betas, Destiny, Titanfall, all were really great betas that I would have liked to make videos for, but what's done is done. We're going to start off this series with the Gears of War beta, since that's what I've been playing. It just ended this past day on Monday. It ended on Monday. And for starters, I wanted to say the game was actually really polished. Like, it felt really good. Like, for those of you that have played Gears of War, I was not a huge Gears of War player. I was more of a, I was barely getting to Xbox at the time, but I did play Gears of War. I played Gears of War 2, and I played the hell out of the Gears of War 3 beta when that was a thing. And this game actually feels really polished. It felt really good for the beta it is. And people always say that Gears can feel really clunky, but that's kind of just the feel of Gears. But if you look at the beta and you actually know what you're looking for, it felt amazing to play. Like, it was really smooth. The graphics were great. It did have some issues. Obviously, it's a beta, so you're expected to have some issues. But I'm still gonna point them out just so you know what to look for. Hopefully, they can fix it in the final copy of the game. But the biggest issue with this beta was probably the Gnasher. Anyone that plays Gears knows that the Gnasher is the biggest part of Gears. It's the shotgun. For those of you that don't know, it was insanely powerful this time around, and it wasn't really consistent. So it's really weird. You need to have one or the other. You can either have it really consistent and not too powerful, or you can have it... No, wait, what? I just mixed up all my words there. But the point is, it needs to be both. It needs to be consistent, and it can be powerful or it can not be powerful as long as it's consistent. That's what matters. Sometimes it would feel like it takes 6 shots to kill someone. 6 shots is maybe a little bit exaggerated, but it does feel like it takes a lot of shots. And this isn't like Call of Duty where you're clearly on the person. So you begin to question yourself. You begin to question whether you're hitting them or if you're just missing or if connection's an issue. And since this game does run on dedicated servers, connection should not be an issue. So it's an issue with the Gnasher for the most part, I'm pretty sure. Now, another problem that the original Gears of War had, because obviously this is a remake, the original Gears of War had a lot of lag. So you would have to compensate for lag when shooting. And in this beta, there definitely wasn't any of that now. Maybe a little bit because the dedicated servers were still a little bit funky, but for the most part, lag was gone. Your shots were on target. Wherever you aimed, your bullet would hit. And it was overall a good feeling. So, sorry, let me get settled. Overall, I'd say the beta was really good. I did run into some sound issues. Like, some matches, the audio was just really, stuttery. It was behind. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. I really only started to notice it the last day of the beta. But I did notice it, and it was pretty distracting at times. It wasn't like the audio was bad. It just felt like really drowned out, and I didn't even mess with any of the settings. So off default settings, it felt really washed out, and it was weird. Another issue that was with the game that I remember hearing is that the footsteps and just hearing people around you, like stereo surround or surround sound, I guess. It didn't sound good. Like, you couldn't hear people that were right next to you. You can only really hear your own footsteps. And in a game that's trying to be an esport like Gears is, and you know they're trying, you need to be able to have that, because that plays so much off a player's intuition. They're constantly listening for opponents and constantly listening to what they should be doing. So if you take away that surround sound type deal, then it kind of ruins the game. Not ruins, but it makes it a lot more difficult to play. That's just the way it was. The sound does need some fixing. Now, other things I've noted was the sniper. The sniper, I'm not a big sniper. I'll be honest. I'm not the best sniper in the world, especially not when it comes to Gears. But even knowing some other consistent Gears of War snipers, they were struggling with the sniper. The sniper was very inconsistent. Sometimes it would hit easy. Sometimes it'd be really finicky. And I get that it's a sniper, but you need to make... Again, it's all about consistency in these games. Now, another issue I heard... This isn't really in the beta itself, because if the game wasn't at E3, I wouldn't know about this. But apparently the game at E3 was a lot more polished and a lot better than what it was at than what it was in the beta. Sorry. What I heard is the Nasher was a lot more consistent in E3, and it felt like a better version of the beta. So I don't know if that's an issue with the servers or if that's an issue of at E3 they just used the latest version and then the beta was a older version, which is entirely possible. I guess that would just mean it's progress. But if it is the issue of LAN versus online, then they really need to do something about the servers. So I'm just gonna take note of that. I'm not reading too deep into it, just because it could be anything. I don't really know what the factor is. I wasn't at E3, but people I know that were at E3 said it was a lot smoother on LAN than it was on the beta. Now, finally, I wanted to talk about the beta incentives that they have. A lot of betas do this. They'll have incentives for playing for retail copies, and I really love this. I love the idea of getting stuff for participating in the beta, because you're helping them out, they're helping you out. It's just a nice little way to give back, way for the development team to give back. Now, the only complaint I did have with Gears's beta items is that they were really like, there was no effort to get them. You literally just had to log on and you had the items, and they're gonna stay to the retail copy of the game. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of skins, some character skins like the Coltrane football, thrash ball, whatever suit, and the drone thrasher ball suit. So those are really cool. Those weren't available in the beta, but they're available in the retail copy of the game, which is nice. You want that. You definitely want that in a beta, but I don't like the lack of effort it takes to get them. Like Gears of War 3 had a really nice way, or Gears of War 3's beta had a really nice way of unlocking items. You needed like 100 kills with the Nasher and 100 kills with the Lancer to get the gold camos for those, and you would carry those over to the base copy of the game. It was just a really cool thing because you could grind out the beta and you would work towards that. But I don't know if they just didn't want to do that for this game or what. But I encourage that in betas, is like unlockable stuff that will carry over to retail copy, not just log on and play. Because aside from that, there was no real incentive to play the beta. Sure, there was levels, but the levels really didn't mean anything, because you know they're getting reset at the end of the beta, and for the retail copy you're going to be at level 1 again. So since they didn't fix that, there was no incentive to play it. And what would happen is people would quit out of games. Like, no problem, they would just quit out. The only thing they would suffer is a XP reduction the next match, and who cares when the stats are going to be reset. So there was a problem where lobbies wouldn't be filled. That you would be like 3v4, 2v4, stuff like that. And in Gears, that's completely, you just can't play. This isn't like COD where you can carry your team. It's everything in this game, especially with the Nasher being so consistent. That needs to be fixed, and I assume it will be for the retail copy of the game. That's just an issue with the beta, if you would. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little beta review. Overall, I would say Gears is looking to be a great game. I would definitely buy it when it comes out. I definitely can't wait to see what the retail copy fixes with the issues. The most prominent issue I would say currently that needs to be fixed is the Nasher, because the Nasher is the main bread and butter of Gears of War, and if it's not consistent, then it just causes for a lot of frustration. And it overall just takes away from the fun of the game. But aside from that, it was a great beta. It was fun while it lasted. Got all the skins off of it, and it was nice. Hope you guys have enjoyed the beta as much as I did. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the review. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.